the first loose ball that I can remember the Lakers coming up with.
Lonnie Divac and John Paxson in a heated discussion away from the ball.
The last thing the Lakers need right now is for a player to be ejected from the game.
And here's another look as Divac was called for the foul. Lonnie Divac in the face of John Paxson, then Cliff Livingston coming over.
Lonnie says no problem. Everything's okay.
Michael for three. Over the top. Wilford. Oh, foul. And now they've got some pushing and shoving. And
Scotty, Horace, everybody going after. That ball went over the top. And he went down hard.
Boy, again, it has gotten very physical here in this fourth period of play.
The jumper. Pippen drills Jeff Turner with a vicious left hand. Skiles, Grant, Purdue, Shaq, everybody gets into it. Turner was ejected from the game. Pippen thrown out with 24 points.
Bring his team back in the third quarter, and then Greg Anthony leaving B.J. Armstrong something to think about. John Stark saying, pull my finger. Pull my finger. Mike Saunders says, all right.
Was inside Edwards, and he's tied up by Pete Myers, and he took a swing at Pete.
He did.
And you see now it's escalating just a bit.
Play went over the top. The man played in front of Blue Edwards and went over the top. The foul was called on Pete Meyer, and then you're right, it escalated a little bit. Let's take a look and we'll see what happened. There's a pass over the top now. It's looking. There it is right here. So Pete goes in, he grabs the ball, and as they come out, took a slap at him.
41-91 Chicago.
Uh-oh.
From the ball.
There's Gugliotta and Darrell Walker going after it.
Yes, sir. They quickly break it up, but again, some pushing and shoving. Gugliotta and Walker.
What happened here on the side, Darrell Walker comes on by, and I don't know if he thought that Gugliotta tripped him or what, but they go after each other down low. I would think, eh?
Uh-oh. Exchanging pleasantries, so to speak. The officials, Paul Mihalik, the veteran, steps in and stops it right away. How about the elbow?
Down low, down they go. They get hung up, and one gets thrown, the other gets thrown, and a little warning is saying.
Pressure by Detroit. Oh, look out. Dumars and Grant started to get involved, and Grant threw a punch.
As we said earlier, Chicago has been stepping their big people up to knock those guards off of Jordan to set him free from the defensive pressure. Dumars took particularly, he was a little concerned about the fact that screen was a little bit harder than the other ones. Turner looked at him.
Horace Grant got involved with Joe Dumars. Here's another look at it.
First a little exchange of an elbow from Dumars to Grant, then Grant turns around and actually throws the punch into his ribcage.
Detroit personal foul, Joe Dumars.
Here's the announcement.
The team scored.
Dumars hit with a personal.
Horace Grant, flagrant foul, ejection.
And Horace Grant has been ejected on the flagrant foul for throwing the punch.
That's an excellent job by this officiating crew to see the whole play. Sometimes you see the first part of it, you catch the first blow, miss the second, or you miss the first part of it and catch the second. Watch the elbow first. There's the punch. Second, they caught both parts of it. Correct call. Foul on Dumars, ejection of Grant.
Well, from the Chicago Bull point of view, look out. Horace and Isaiah Thomas. Right here, let's check in with Mike Crispino at the MSG Sports Desk.
Marv, the Nets have lost 12 in a row to the Bulls, but they got a chance tonight. They lead by 11. Scottie Pippen is ejected from the game for throwing a left hand at Rick Mahorn. It's New Jersey by 11 in the fourth.
Wisdom. Pippen
with only Price to beat, and Price denies the shot, and Price goes after Pippen. A little carry.
But I give him credit. One hand. And the officials don't see this. Now watch. Right here. He got punched in the back.
That was a punch in the back.
From getting to the basket. Now, right after this, what you'll see, what's hard to see, is his hands are open. You can see his fingertips there. There's no question that his fingers are open, and the effort is to make sure two things. One, it is to protect himself. The other is to let Mark Price know he thought that foul was too hard.
Feeds it right corner to Vincent. Sam with 4 on the clock. Fakes on Vinnie Johnson. Feeds it out to Scottie Pippen. 24-second violation.
Hold it, he knocked him down.
24-second violation for Scottie Pippen, who was injured after the 24-second violation. This is a 20-second timeout.
Scottie Pippen starting to go down the lane on the play. He takes it down here. Rodman goes up and just whiplashes him right in the face. Kicks him right smack in the face before he could get the shot off.
Looking for a high screen from Edwards. Gets it, gives it back. James, 2-timed in the lane. Gets shoved. Takes a swipe at Neely. And Brendan Malone's trying to pull Neely away and separate the two, and it gets a little feisty on the baseline. I think we're going to lose a couple of players, at least one anyway.
I see Daryl Garrison saying, George, that Edwards is gone. Edwards threw the punch, and he's going to go to the locker room. See George, it crops up in the low post to drive. He's fouled by 2 people, actually, and those are both hard fouls. And that's the
Edwards grabbed Neely on the way down. Neely took a little exception to that and shoved back. And that's when James Edwards flailed away.
Scottie behind the line, fakes the 3. Makes the move, got cut off.
Oh, James Edwards and Liddell Eccles. And he was starting that on this free throw line, wasn't he?
And now Edwards is furious. Edwards being held back by McIlvaine, Kerr, and several others.
That happened after the foul down on this end.
Edwards was furious. It looked like he got cheap shotted. He was really upset with Eccles. It happened after the play was over. Scottie's talking to Edwards now, and Buddha says he's okay. He's relaxed. And all the players are pushing Dennis Rodman back. Everybody leading Dennis back, and he'll...
As we're broke out, let's take a look and see if we can see anything here. Well,
it's all pretty well over by then, and you see Buddha upset. Look at this. It takes 4 guys to hold him back. I don't know. And now Eccles is mad. But you're right, it happened on this end. Look at Buddha. Look at Buddha. All Eccles can do is back up into the bench.
The back pedal behind everybody, yeah.
He is getting out of the way as fast as he can. He comes in, throws a punch, and runs.
What had to happen on that play?
Very top of your screen is where you might see it.
He got knocked down. Edwards got...
Jackson got Paxson on his back and spins into the lane. They exchange some words. Lob down to Corzine, who'll get the layup. Corzine with 14 points. Not much defense on that transition from Jackson. He was talking to Paxson. Well, he overreacted. Spins himself into trouble by driving down on the baseline, but it goes off Chicago. You're going to see what happens. He'll throw it. Paxson falls down. Now when Jackson gets up after this basket starts to run down, when Paxson gets up, he's going to bump into him with the bottom. He was just getting up, and see Jackson just overreacted. Paxson was just getting up off the court and bumped into him. So they straightened it out before it was all over with. He just said to him at the end, he said, "Come on, just play."
That last time, gotta have quick feet traveling, easy playing ball.
So the Clippers turn it over, and the Bulls will bring it up. The lay-a-game warning against the Clippers. I don't know. Rodman carried the ball into the backcourt earlier. He's going to have to retailer all of his clothes. Pippen is fouled.
technical on Miller. That's not the time to do this on him, and it's a technical foul. So he goes up hard. He feels like he defends the play. All right, here's one punch right there. There's no technical.
Volley played by Jordan. And Pippen has Armstrong in the clear. And we get a call, a foul's call. Barkley was cut off at center court by Scottie Pippen. It will not count.
Charles Barkley gave the extra effort to try and run down what appeared to be a certain layup. To me, there's no call involved here.
Vinnie Johnson has it blocked again by Purdue, and Sally is hit hard in the head and goes down.
It off. Now you'll see it right here. There's your penetration. Area's up in the air. Now Joe also, you know, he's not going to let it happen. He's very strong in the up.
Magic Johnson knows so well how to do that.
The long arms of Sally.
Oh, man, foul by Pippen. Taking Lambier down as hard as you'll see.
I'll tell you, I thought Bill Lambier hurt his back there. He came down in a very, very awkward position.
Young Sally standing in there to have something to say to Scottie Pippen.
You know, there was an article in the Chicago Tribune after 2 games about Scottie Pippen not wanting to go in the paint. And man, oh man, look at this. I thought he hurt his back. Take a look at this right here.
I'd say there was some contact there. Technical foul on Pippen along with...
Capture the lead. Campbell has 11. And the foul call.
Little break open man underneath. Michael finds him, and now in trying to recover, the foul takes place. Stop.
Smith pass picked off by Armstrong. 2-on-1. Pippen. Fouled by Perkins.
What a tremendous series of defensive plays by both teams. They're going to award the ball out of bounds. The interpretation on that, there are 2 degrees of flagrant foul. The A degree means that you're really not playing the basketball and trying to stop the shot, that you're playing the person. That means you shoot the free throws and get it out on the side. The second pick and roll situation. Must stop that time after running out and trying to trap Jordan in rotating back to his man. Now he's rotating back, trying to find his man. A rotation by Quinnett. A little bit late on the rotation, the foul.
Tough half physically for the New York Knicks. Gerard Mustoff called for the foul. Here's Patrick Ewing checking back in, so the Knicks have...
Alongside Dr. Norman Scott of the New York Knicks. Updates on Mark Jackson, Gerard Mustoff.
Mark had about 8 stitches. He's fine. He's ready to return. And Gerard has suffered a broken nose, but it's not displaced. He'll return.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Scott. Back to you, Mark.
All right, Joel, so Gerard Mustoff may return despite the broken nose.
Caught by the left elbow as he tries to block the shot of Horace Grant.
He almost got the steal. Chapman inside, Dennis Rodman calls.
He just caught him. Going to the hoop, 2 and on the... They give him 2 and on the side. They give him a flagrant foul. Boy, he had to think about that.
Flagrant foul 1.
Now he grabs him, holds him up. Well, I'll tell you what, Dennis has got these guys psyched out, the officials too. And Michael's pleading the case here is that every time he makes a foul on the guy going to the basket, he held him up. He said he didn't try to knock him down, tunnel him.
Chapman missed.
He comes from behind, he prevents it. Now I want to tell you something. We'll take a look at some of the...
9 on the shot clock. Harper, fadeaway jumper.
Stay in. Harper makes that shot.
That's Michael's shot. Does he have to ask permission?
Well, that's what I was wondering, if Bimbo Coles thought he had the wrong guy. But a nice basket by Ronnie Harper. It hits all over the iron. Watch him come in, and he's been watching Mike on this play. Fades away all over the place. Rodman just put somebody down there.
Jordan lost it. Snow fires down. Collins with the save. And the foul called on Wenning. Oh, Kemp didn't like the hard foul from Wennington.
Well, the Sonics trying to get back into this game any way they can, and what they do best is get out and run in the open floor. That pass too long, but good communication there, letting Cummings go for the ball rather than two players go for it. But Hawkins a little bit slow in gathering and getting in the air. Wennington wanting to make sure, but then you saw the grab of the hand there by Sean Kemp as he continues to show his frustration. I mean, and even though Sean denies the fact that the contract situation he's involved in, where he is signed for many more years, a number of players on his team making a great deal more money than him, saying that he's beyond it, it's past him, it doesn't bother him, it bothers him.
Foul as well. Scottie Pippen leads to go on the shot clock, gets baseline, and the drive-in was held. That was Coleman who grabbed Scottie Pippen. DC picks up his third.
Well, it's only a one-shot foul, and Pip was trying to get that ball off to get to the free throw line. There it is. There's Luke gives it to him, and as he goes by, you said it, he laughed. Coleman just grabbed him.
Non-shooting affair. Michael elevates.
Quickly, UCLA!
Cassell runs into Pippen, loses the handle on him. No foul. Scotty the reverse jam.
And he's hurt. Cassell looked like he's hurt. Steve Kerr put some pressure on him. They want to take a 20-second timeout. Steve Kerr puts a fuming.
Cassell gets up a little bit shaken up, to say the least. He's talking with an official on the baseline. Calipari had his hands in the air. Said, where's the call? But let's see if a call should have been made in the first place. Watch this. Cassell put it behind his back. I don't know. Looked to me like it was Cassell who injured his wrist on the play, initiated a contact. What do you think, John?
Well, there's Steve Kerr deterred him just for that moment. Sam Cassell is going to sit down now, and
blocked by Montross, secured by New Jersey. Xavier McDaniel.
We get fouled on the player.
3 seconds to go. Dennis commits the foul.
Well, Michael got the shot. He gave a little fake. Bulls are out of timeouts. They're out of luck on this one. Down by 2. Let's take a look at it. Here he comes down. He makes the fake. Goes up in the air for the shot. It comes off. They can't quite catch up with it. And then Dennis fouls Xavier McDaniel, the hero of the game for them, off to the right. And there's your foul. McDaniels makes the 2 free throws.
The lead, like the ball game in Denver, is Hardaway from outside, way off. Gatling with a rebound, and Dennis Rodman grabbed him and fouled him. Just didn't want him to hit the shot.
Right. Rodman's 3rd foul, but he made the right play. Just grabbed him and said, "You're not going to make the free throws," but he holds him up.
Nope. Anyway, John, the Bulls, several.
Here's Barkley. Oh, what a move by Barkley. And Cartwright is hurt. Off the collision. Cartwright shaking
right to left to finish the play with his left hand. And as Cartwright rotates across to try and take away the middle of the lane, he's caught there by the left arm of Grant. Grant rotates, left arm, keep an eye on it right there. In the eye-nose area of Bill Cartwright.
So Bill Cartwright, who has dealt out some damage.
Effective at it. Cartwright, who hit his first 6 shots inside, and the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Force Grant.
Bill Cartwright, a big first quarter. That's the hardest foul that Ricky Mahorn has taken in this series. I thought the other day Philadelphia was very, very passive. It looks to me like they're going to call 2 and the ball, so a flagrant foul here
on Rick Mahorn.
2 shots and possession. Let's see here. Rule that they took Bill Cartwright down. That's a foul.
Chases him. Ricky Green on the dribble, and Coulter took it away from him. Steve Coulter on the breakaway to the hoop is fouled. He is clobbered by Bobby Hansen. Hansen threw him into the basket support.
Oh, boy.
That ought to be the ball. Free throws and the ball. He just ripped him out of the sky. Hansen with his 4th foul.
Steve Coulter.
Boy, Steve Coulter is dazed.
Good steal. They double team him at half court, and as he turns his back, Coulter comes over and strips Ricky Green of the ball. Now, I don't think he quite had control of it, Jim, to get himself all the way in. He took one look, and Hansen was coming over, didn't want to give him the basket. He grabbed him and just threw him down. Oh, boy.
Steve Coulter on the line to shoot 2. Steve Coulter has taken his time. He really got ripped down by Hansen. Coulter in the game is 3 of 4 free.
X tonight. 5 to shoot. Yes. He's fouled hard by Patrick Ewing.
See, he elevated for the dunk that time. He was going dunk all the way. He fooled Starks. Starks thought that he was going to the middle, and he just took it right to the baseline. Went for the elevate. Now just keep an eye on this. He has him beat. Now watch what happens. He's going dunk all the way here. But then you have the shot block. Patrick was going strong for the block. Keep an eye to the left. Now watch Patrick come in here.
Former teammates on the Dream Team. Patrick Ewing says, I know you're Michael George, but this is my house.
Yeah, but that's, you know, that's good coverage. And plus the fact Patrick, one of the top shot blockers in the league. Naturally, he's going for that block, and you know you're going to have contact.
I didn't see a lot of remorse on the face of Patrick, and oh, so much more. Kukoc drives past Oakley. He's fouled by Oakley, and Charles was not going to let him get the layup.
Now, well, you know one thing about Oakley. He makes his fouls count. Now, you're going to see this right now. So he's going to blast him right now. He's going to make sure that he does not get up. Let's face it, 2 years ago with the flagrant fouls, he led the league with 11. And then they put in the major dollar fine. And if you notice, less fights, less flagrant fouls, and the players will attune when you take out those heavy numbers out of the monthly checks.
And it's made the game more attractive. Running out to Charles Smith with the steal.
Give it up. Give it up.
And Kerr brings him down. Now you're right, he should have.
Yeah, now see, if he gave that up, they would have had a layup. Now this should be a definite 2-shot hard foul. There's no doubt about this. Now you're going to see, now as they come on the break, keep to the top of your screen. See, if he gave that ball up right there, they never would have gotten that. Now, I'm stunned that this is not a 2 right in the ball.
Not a flagrant 2. Charles Smith will get 2 shots, period.
For that three-pointer. Scott Burrell and Glenn Robinson in a little bit of a match. And Glenn Robinson with some strong words for Scott Burrell.
About what he's saying, he said he just can't take my plays from me. Well, you can sometimes.
Depends who you are.
Yeah.
No, to Tony, and he got hammered by Glenn Robinson. And Tony will go to the line for a couple.
This looks like a terrible foul underneath, but watch what happened. He stops. If he would keep going, which Robinson anticipated, then it would have been a little later foul, but he stopped to put it back up.
With a tough inside move, jams his way for a critical together. Look at this hit. Well, Kevin knows, and you see right there, he's not making a play on the ball at all, and that's why you get the flagrant foul.
Basketball has a lot of blonde hair on it.
And they're saying no good. There's no timeouts. You got to have no timeouts. You can't come over here to the sideline. You got to come back out here and play, and that's what Westfall wanted to remind Daryl Garrison. They tried to squeeze in a little strategy during the dead ball situation, but Kerr goes to the line. A.C. Green trying to talk him out of something. It's still a close game. Kerr and
Pippen at 14 after the KJ and BJ with some pushing.
It was once as fierce a rivalry as any in sports.
They were out hustled to the ball, and Atlanta leads by 1. 4:25 left. Charles Oakley holding to the right. Corzine top of the circle. Inside Jordan. Michael gets fouled.
He hung on the rim now.
Willis hung on the rim, but he hung on the rim to protect himself. Rivers fouls Jordan. Rivers with his 4th foul.
Doc
Rivers pumped up here. He came down the middle. Doc tried to score the offensive foul. He didn't get called on it, and then he came back and made sure that Michael didn't score the basket. If he got the shot off, I don't know.
Out there and challenging him on his outside shot.
McHale draws the foul. And looks like he hit his head. McHale scored all his 12 points in the first period. He has none this quarter. Larry Bird has all of his 11 this period.
Let's see what happens here. He gets sandwiched, and somebody comes over. And actually, what happened, it looked like he got a little whiplash or an elbow in the forehead.
Dave Corzine commits.
Rodman, 65-54 Bulls. Rodman now goes to work on the defense against O'Neal. His jump shot is good. And Hardaway gets hit with a foul for pushing Rodman. And a technical foul. And Penny can't believe it. Happened as the ball came through the basket. Let's take a look.
That is a bad technical foul.
Available for the weekend in Orlando. Pippen comes with a double, and O'Neal goes baseline. Oh, boy. Technical foul. Called by Billy Oates. Who did he get?
He got Shaquille O'Neal for taunting as he scored the hoop.
That brings Brian Hill and Richie Adubato out on the court. And it puts Steve Kerr at the free throw line right now. He is 18 of 19 in the playoffs so far. My, oh my.
Well, right here, Shaq just backs him down. He's abusing Luke Longley right now. Luke's in foul trouble, can't foul Shaq. But Shaq just looks at him and runs down the other end of the court.
That's a technical?
I don't understand it. I don't understand that. Didn't even, just kind of looked at him, didn't even glare at him, didn't say anything to him. Oh, Vern, that is terrible. It's a great move. He just looks at him down the court. Doesn't say anything, doesn't glare at him, just looks at him. I don't understand that one at all.
And you played in the league for a few years.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to...
After Stacy's got it, he catches one under the arm. He says, are you all right? You all right? And that's when they start to get at it and jaw a little bit. And then down the court.
To the middle.
And stolen by Harper with 2 minutes to go. Price. And Sparrow takes him down. A lot of people may think that's a severe foul, but that's what you want to do. You don't want Price to get the shot off. When you're in the playoffs, you want to foul him, make sure there's no chance of a shot.
One of two choices. You let him go in for the layup, or you make sure there's no chance for a three-point play. Put a little pressure on Mark Price.
Sparrow made the right move.
Yes, he did.
But Price is one of the best free throw shooters.
Hoop goes to the left hand. Nice move. Bad shot. Now here's Jordan against Williams. Williams fouls Michael hard, but catches the franchise.
They're going to call
smart move by John Williams.
But they're going to call a breakaway foul on this. They're going to call contact in the back, and Lenny Wilkins is going to be upset with this. You know, Bob, I want to tell you something about the breakaway foul. The breakaway foul is not determined by the severity of the contact. That's not the intent of the rule. If you make contact in the back from behind, if your body is not in front of the guy and you're not playing the ball and you have contact in the back, it's a breakaway. As Hot Rod Williams got in front of him, I think that's a good call because John Williams was behind Michael Jordan, and this could be a 4-point play.
And the reason you see him at the line, it's not a technical. He goes to the line for the free throw. Then he gets the other free throw. Then the Bulls also get possession of the basketball.
So it could be a 4-point play here.
Exactly.
See, they put this rule in because the guy's being pushed in the back and all on fouls in a breakaway situation because they felt like guys were getting driven into the stanchion and getting hurt.
During your days as a player.
He's penetrating. That one wouldn't fall. Rodman finally clears, hits the deck. And hang on. Juwan Howard pushes Rodman. It's just a hard rebounding situation here. Dennis working the boards. It bounced to him. Howard collapses on him. He got hit in the face, did Dennis. Brent Price over the top. Dennis trying to cover it up.
Dennis trying to get the ball back. And then Juwan Howard thought he took a shot at his teammate, and he pushed Dennis on the play.
The Bulls took a 20-second timeout here.
Other than Michael Jordan to date. Vinnie Johnson is blocked again by Purdue, and Sally is hit hard in the head and goes down. Will Purdue's first foul.
See, if I'm Phil Jackson, I'm extremely happy with the aggressiveness here of Purdue getting his second block. Now, he challenged hard that time. That was a hard foul, no doubt about it. And Sally also got hit by the player behind in the top of the head.
Shooting confidence.
Isaiah Thomas has 6 rebounds now. 21 all. Pippen. Marcus Lyon is called away from the ball. That's his first. Armstrong, Grant, Pippen.
Por 2 jugadores solo, está Vincent, ahora Brad Sellers. No ha sido canasta y ha habido de todo. Balón para Billy Laimbeer. Ese es Dumars, ese es Adrian Dantley. Personal de Brad Sellers, que si no me equivoco es la quinta. Corzine interviene por si puede haber algo con Billy Laimbeer, que está intentando, yo quiero cambiar.
With 7:20 left in our first half. Brad Sellers down low, Corzine, and he is hammered by Mahorn. Now, what was all that about?
I think Mahorn decided to hit him. He had hit anyone all night.
Apparently he got hit in the nose to start it all, but
let's see if we can see the play here.
Was that really necessary?
Oh, yes. For those 2 particular guys, that was necessary.
Apparently so. Corzine.
Let's take another look at it, see if we can see where his complaint.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. I think he's a little irritated now.
Yeah, now it begins to make a little more sense.
In the paint with the layup, and it won't go down.
Look out, 3 on 2 for Paxson to Pippen, who's hammered by Sally. He caught him hard that time. Now, Phil Jackson, he's looking out here right now. He's all upset, and he's telling him, shoot the basketball. See, he wanted Paxson to complete that play. Finish the play. Take it strong to the basket. They called another deliberate foul, okay, in this situation that you were trying. Now, that time, Sally took a swipe. Now, this is different than the first one.
That's a lot different.
Right, Dumars had his arms up in the air. And you're going to see, we're going to give you a replay, and Sally definitely takes a swipe. Now, here's your drop-off. Now, that kind of surprised him. You see, now there he goes right there. See, he caught him right alongside the neck. So they're saying, okay, a deliberate hit, deliberate trying to injure a player. Boom.
Bird is doubled up. That leaves somebody open, Walton, who is corralled by Paxson. Or Macy. And Walton will be at the line.
Yeah. Walton got upset. No reason to. I think he thought he had a bigger man on his back. Macy does the smart thing. Don't let the man get the shot off. We've seen our guys do that enough times.
Missed it. Rebound loose. There we go right away. Vlade Divac will get a double technical foul on Dennis and Vlade. Right away that started, and Joey Crawford jumped on it immediately. So let the record show that less than 2 minutes into the game, we have 2 technical fouls called. And Bobby Phills with a great defensive play. 10 on the shot clock now. Bounces it to Luke. Big fella in the lane, just off. Missed that wide. And Bobby Phil's mad at Luke. And Luke kind of laughs, and he and Vlade Divac kind of bang heads together.
Now he misses this one really poorly. I don't know what happened there. Now he gets locked up with Bobby Phills and commits the foul.
Bill Wennington will check in. Luke Longley comes out.
Trying for that one-arm takedown, that two-point takedown in wrestling. Luke tapped it, and Divac comes up with a rebound. BJ pushes it up the floor. Drives right down the lane, and a foul call.
Pippen's fourth. Yeah, he missed his shot. Now here comes BJ down the lane, and BJ comes back talking to Pippen. Big game for BJ. Averaging 10 points a game in the first series, and the coach goes to him here. He's played 26 minutes. 3 out of 6 from the field.
Cleveland's been playing well, but Miami's certainly not chopped liver this year. So a surprising 148-80 victory. That was at Cleveland. Hansen into the paint. Livingston with the offensive rebound.
Scott Williams and Eldon Campbell going at each other a little bit. The referee's stopping it right now before it goes any further. Remember, that's Clemson versus North Carolina, so these guys have seen each other for a while. I'm sure during their college careers. So there we go. We see Campbell jump into Scott Williams in the little bump there. So those two guys taking a little umbrage to a little extra contact.
Responds quickly on the defensive end. Now Jordan penetrating baseline. Paxson from the outside. And score the field goal. Another big shot by John Paxson, who's knocked to the floor.
He is going after Person. He says, that was one cheap shot at me. And now Hill comes off the bench. Jordan jumps in his chest.
Dick Bavetta in the middle, along with Bruce Alexander. They try to break it up, and Ken Maurer also there.
This is the kind of a game we expected from the first quarter, but
the Bulls have led by a hefty advantage most of the way. Boy, Phil Jackson is really hot.
Yeah. Chuck Person on the foul. Shrimp coming over to talk to him. There they want to go back.
Yeah, Phil Jackson and Chuck Person almost come to blows. I said almost. Man, I'll tell you what, you don't see Phil get like this very often. He's got good reason, plenty of reason for this. There have been some little cheapies here and there.
Well, there's nobody left on either bench. Everybody's right out. Comes running. Pax goes up with a shot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's vicious.
Goodness.
That's vicious. He dropped them.
I wonder if the officials are conferring right now. The foul is on. Obviously, Chuck Person would be his fourth.
That's a flagrant foul.
I got to figure it's a flagrant foul and maybe disqualification, John. There's Chuck Person. That's uncalled for. I mean, you can imagine him getting him maybe with the body, but coming with a forearm like that. You know, Person was coming at him, John, with both arms extended, but then he turned with the left elbow, it looked like, into a
foul. Is the ball on the side. Let's take one more look at it, Wayne, here. Jordan gets the rebound, comes up. Now there's Person under the basket. He comes running, packs us up with the shot. Here he comes. Wham!
Look at him cock that left arm. And that's what.
That's going to be a lonesome feeling, but I was Sedale 3. Shaney fouled him. 2 shots. Second on Shaney. McDaniel also has 2 after getting off to a good start. Now Dale Ellis gets a rest.
Well, for 46 seconds, Tom Chambers is saying, now I can be the focal point of the offense.
Well, 8 on the timer. Ellis, Chambers. That's who they want to make sure they get a good shot, and they've used all of it. They got a good shot, but he missed it. Oakley the rebound. And now Oakley and Chambers begin to bang at one another. And Horace Grant, among others, acts as a peacemaker. Chambers calls for the foul.
You take a look at the action, and what Chambers is going to take exception to are all the elbows that are flying, and they're just missing his chin. That could have been a KO real easy. And you know what he's telling him? Hey, Charles, I don't mind the rebound. Just watch the arm. But he shouldn't have been so close.
Oh, they had Jordan break the other way, but good defense. Ellis broke back with him. Oakley finds Jordan all alone, but he missed it. Oakley had the rebound, lost it, and a foul is called on CF. It's on Chambers, and he's history.
thought he had the foul.
Well, that really hurt Chambers. Upset, and you can understand it. That's a big miss for Oakley. Now the best he can do is give his team a 3-point lead. Chambers leaves with 21.
Now Soares on Jordan, goes to the drop step and hits. And apparently had something to say to Mike Fratello.
In one of the previous Chicago-Cleveland matchups, but Michael Jordan and Bobby Sura got into I wouldn't call it a taunting match, but they were banging each other pretty hard as Bobby Sura acted like, who's this Jordan guy?
And Scottie Pippen is headed back to the locker room. Took that shot a moment ago from Tyrone Hill, and he was shaken up.
Coming right down with the elbow on the side of Scottie Pippen's head. And
15-4, Johnny. We were talking about a 13-4. They've added the 2 inside Glenn Robinson.
And he's all over him. And don't bump him, Glenn. You got to call a T. You got to call a T. And do you think he would call a T? Don't do that, Dennis, at home or on the road. I mean, he came up very close to bumping.
Almost bumped him. That's right.
We've seen what there's the technical. Now finally he gets him with the technical, but he worked him over pretty good.
Benoit Benjamin and Terry Cummings go over to talk to him. And I tell you, the response as he walked away, as the official walked away, could have gotten him a second tee.
So Michael looking for his first point here in the quarter. He had 12 in the first. Got 13 now with that technical foul. And basically a little bit of a spark here. Now 7. See if that gives it to him.
Coach really took a shot from Terry Cummings. With Robinson on him. Bulls isolate this matchup. And he got fouled by Glenn Robinson. Got him on the arm.
That's what they were trying to do, get a foul on Robinson. They got him upset a little bit, so he hangs on Tony. And now watch Mike Dunleavy. If he gets to the bench, yeah, he's going to come with Keys, who started the game. Randolph Keys, right, didn't he?
Glenn Robinson, the big dog, got that technical foul.
And it's a wonder he came close to getting a little bit more.
Yeah, he almost got tossed. He came very close to it. So the Bulls cut it back to 9.
Very low scoring quarter for the Bulls.
Douglas got it, and a foul call. Tony Kukoc came over to reach in, and they'll count the basket. We've got a timeout. 2:08 left in the first half, and the Bucks lead the Bulls 47-36. Douglas drives into the lane, comes up short.
Might have got a piece of that.
Harper with no advantage. Slows it down. Scotty's in the corner, has it. Oops. Holding foul, I think, inside.
Oh, it's Harp and Vin Baker going at it. He stepped out. What, they got a double? No.
I think it's on Vin Baker. Yeah, I think that technical foul on Baker, yeah.
He and Harper got tangled up. I think he threw an elbow at Harp going through the middle.
He did last time. He got the rebound when they were coming up the floor, and Luke was behind him. It looked like, to me, it looked like he threw an elbow at Luke.
Well, Harp was up there facing off with him. Well, that breaks a stretch for Michael. He was 0 for 8 in this quarter. Since the first quarter, he's got 14 points, and the last point he got was a technical that was on Glenn Robinson. Well, here we go. Back to live action.
Against Steve Kerr in the corner for Johnny Newman. They'll take a block 3, and Kerr comes up with the ball. They're going to foul him. And Douglas tackles Steve Kerr on the foul. Holy Toledo.
Well, a big play. They blocked the shot, the 3-point field goal attempt, 13.4. And
gets his 4th foul. It won't make much difference. Take a look at this, Tom.
Douglas brings it down. There's the push-off I talked about in the corner. Newman had it partially blocked. Kerr comes up with it, and 3rd down and about 5 is Douglas.
The game. Yeah.
Wimpy.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's Evander. Well, Wimpy's here, by the way.
He was, yeah. We had a chance to visit with him, but Evander Holyfield got a big ovation.
Yes, he did. Took a picture with the referees. First time I saw Joey Crawford smiling in a long time.
Tough.
Yeah, Joey's one of the best officials.
Bono Newbill is checked into the game. MJ and Steve Smith jockeying for position down the floor.
They should get some friendly talk. That's not
trash.
Yeah. That's not trash. They're talking about, I don't think I got you. Oh, he got me.
Now the Hawks come out with some token full court pressure. Bulls will clear it. Odman lost it. Michael comes away with it. With the fake. Got bumped, and a foul will go on Steve Smith. See if they give him 2 shots.
Yeah. Wow. Time was running down. Mike looks like he was in the passing mode. But Smith picks up number 4 and he bumps him.
Last second, I think, when he knew he was going to get bumped, MJ started to put it up. 104-98 now as Michael drives down the lane, puts it up, in, and he is fouled. 104. And Randy Brown will pick up the foul.
If the ball wasn't in, what 2 shots.
Randy Brown is 3rd. Goes over the limit. Steve Smith.
Well, we found that out.
The Chicago Bulls, look out. Ron Harper starting to get involved and was held back. 5 minutes remaining in the half. Ron Harper ends up colliding with Jeff Malone of the Miami Heat. What's going on here, man?
And Natalie dressed.
Oh, yes. All the way. Kukoc got a piece of it. And a foul. Foul committed by Longley. And Mourning and Longley staring at each other.
Well, they have met before. A couple of seasons ago when Alonzo Mourning was with the Charlotte Hornets late in the season, and Luke Longley suspensions at the end of the year at a very key time.
And you hear the noise.
Here they are getting tangled up. Alonzo Mourning does a lot of staring down at opponents as he does there to Luke Longley right away.
Oh, look out. Keith Askins with a hard foul on Michael Jordan. We were talking with Jordan prior to the game, and one of the people that he pointed to as a guy he feels will commit the cheap shot foul is Keith Askins.
And that should be a flagrant foul. Keith Askins going straight up, and when Michael able to hang a little bit longer on the way down, realized he couldn't do anything about it, then taking the hard foul, he got away with it. But Michael said he didn't realize how, let's say, over-aggressive Keith Askins got as a player. But Keith has been in the league now 4 or 5 years. He was that way when he came into the league. It's one of the reasons why Pat Riley and all the coaches that have had Keith Askins like him very much. He works very hard at the defensive end.
Who was entangled with Mourning. That is number 4 on Robert.
Well, the players on both teams right now have to sense, with the score so lopsided right now, and with some players out on the floor who are going to bang away at each other as Alonzo Mourning fouled from behind.
Look out, Rodman and Mourning having words. Rodman said something to Mourning after the foul was called on Harper, and things could get out of hand now.
And it's up to the players on both teams. It's up to the coaches. The referees are working very hard, and he's Billy Oakes. The referee is going to, it looked like he gave the heave-ho for Dennis Rodman.
Well, a technical on Rodman, which is his second automatic rejection. So Dennis ends up playing only 14 minutes. 2 of 4 from the line, just 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and receives a standing ovation.
as he heads back to the locker room, and here's the toss of the jersey. Looking for a fan
to come out and play basketball the proper way. And right now, both teams, or a couple of players on both teams, not really concentrating on the job at hand. They're more concerned with who's getting the one-upsmanship as far as the physical play is concerned. As they not only...
Murasan grabs the rebound. The ball, regains it, and hits it. Michael Jordan.
That's it for Rodman. Just hit him with a technical foul, Steve Jaffe, and just threw him out of the game. Now, the reason why that is upsetting to a coach like Phil Jackson is because Michael Jordan made the field goal.
So what is Rodman upset about?
Yeah, well, that's the problem. See, and you know that you don't go after Steve Jaffe. He's been in your face all night long tonight. Now he's got to get off the court. He's got to leave here now because you just don't want another. See, he's going to come down here now. See, you don't want to do that.
And he heckles Jaffe as he goes off.
That's right.
He gave him a little applause. So, if in case you're wondering if Dennis Rodman was going to come back a changed man tonight.
Now keep an eye on this with Murasan. You see Rodman and Murasan. Now Michael is going to step through here on this loose ball. Now as the shot goes up, he's behind Murasan. Now I don't know what he's going to do.
And on the scramble, Burrell gets rid of it to Pippen. Kerr, this is what he likes. And that's why, but the basket does not count. And Phil Jackson comes hopping off the bench. Let's see if we can pick up what happened. Mills tried to trip Rodman here. And that's the reason why he was teed up. Mills from Houston. Rodman and Pippen had him sandwiched. Chris Mills picks up his second technical and is invited to leave early.
Offensive foul on Hart. Brandon goes down. I think he got elbowed in the nose is what happened. Yeah, that's what Hugh Evans, the official, said. Here, Mark Filer, trainer's up looking at it. And we got a timeout call. 5:22 left in the first half. The Bulls lead it by 5. Terrell Brandon. And then, Johnny, the crowd booed when they saw the replay, but when you and I saw this replay, there was no question he got hit. Watch the right elbow, Harp's right elbow now. Oh. Oh. Ouch. Even though Brandon might have been moving on this play, here's where the contact goes in. So Hart picks a foul. Brandon is going to go out. Dr. No, Mark Feil, who formerly was with the Chicago Bulls, did a pretty good job. But
4 of the valuable bench people for the Bulls.
And Jawan Howard playing the big game for 10 points. And now Murasan and Rodman going at it, and they're going to call a technical foul.
Yeah, well,
double T on both players.
Well, I tell you what happened. That came now just keep an eye right underneath. You can see Rodman pushing the big fella out of there, see? And now you see George is saying something tough. Now Rodman is, a little antagonizing the guy right now. So now he...
And working against Longley. Howard cutting in. Fouled by Rodman.
That was a hard foul. Yeah, very good call, Dick. That was a very hard foul. And you can see the referee. Now look at this. Murasan finding his man. Howard's going strong here.
Well, that was very hard.
Yeah, that's a very hard foul.
Last week, of course, we had Rodman tangling with Dikembe Mutombo.
Carolina head guard, 6'6", Michael Jordan.
Tipped away by Pippen. And Barkley
Oakley hammers Michael into the scorer's table. Jordan is all right. The two dream teamers.
See, Michael just smiled. Charles didn't do anything on purpose. He gets run down from behind. He does not see Pippen coming down from behind. Great hustle, and Charles's instinct is to try to get the ball back. Michael gets it, and when you're 250 pounds, you're not going to stop on a dime. Michael just with a little...
35 to go. Jordan fouled by Rivers, and now Jordan with some words for Rivers. And Jordan being ushered aside. Doc Rivers just went back at Michael Jordan, and they're being separated.
Here's Zedek backing in on Rodman, and he's fouled. Now, Rodman just hit Zedek right in the back, and it's a very good call. Very good call. Steve, right now, Jackson is out there now, Phil. Now, just watch what happens. See, Zedek has hooks with either hand. Now, that's a foul right there to begin with. Now, forget about the shot. Watch what happens right now. If we just rolled it a little further, we would have seen the hit right in the middle of the back.
I think without that evidence, there can be no conviction. Rodman gets the technical. Larry Johnson goes to the free throw line. Larry Johnson only a 77% shooter. He misses it.
I see he definitely hits him. He fouled him about 5 times, and then boom, he hit him right in the back with the elbow. Now that is totally unnecessary.
Going in, but if they start missing, the Bulls will be off and running.
Now it's Pippen against Klein. Second time Joe Klein's been caught facing either Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen. And Scottie knocks down the three.
AC Green and Rock.
Harper takes the three and hit. Joe Klein fighting with rebound, and they tumble to the floor. And now Joe Klein and Rodman have words. Danny Ainge tries to keep him at bay. So does official Bill Oakes.
Rodman don't want no parts of Joe. That's corn-fed. And that's where it really upsets you, because Joe's called for this foul, but Dennis really had him by the arm and threw him to the ground. Dennis Rodman is notorious for making guys crazy by doing things like this.
There it was.
See, another time defending world champions. That's an offensive foul. Wave it away.
See, they're going through Del Curry right now to get him a lot of shots, and his quick release jumper is just not there on the evening. You got Larry Johnson and Pippen now going at each other. A little feistiness here in the first night of the season.
That foul was called on Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson in a bad mood. He's got a sore back from a herniated disc. And we're going to get double technical called by Jake O'Donnell on both players. What that means, even though you think, well, it's nullifying, is it means that each will be carrying a unsportsmanlike technical. If they get into it again, they'll throw them out of the game. Now they've called one on Mourning. These two teams, despite the Bulls having an 18-3 series advantage, Charlotte beat the Bulls down here.
Jake O'Donnell quick to rush over to cut off Horace Grant, who was about to go at one of the Pistons. Lane Beer picked up his third.
Well, the Pistons have come out in the second half, obviously more aggressive. They know they've got to do a better job on the glass. And Grant doesn't like the contact there by Pippen after the whistle, so he decides to go after him. So elbow, right elbow there by Dennis Rodman. They're doing everything right, making every big shot. We'll work our way back into this game. It's a long game.
Aguirre. And he was looking for the foul. Now a loose ball foul against the Pistons.
You need to get the ball out of double teams quickly. The longer you hold it, the more chance you're going to have of either being stripped or winding up with a bad shot at the end. A little bit of frustration by Mark Aguirre.
He figures to go quite a bit with Vinnie Johnson as a small forward, staying with the three-guard alignment. Technical foul has been called. Looked like Aguirre and Grant were getting involved. Here's another look at it as Aguirre and Grant came together. A little shove by Aguirre. And then again as Grant